Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of River City Runs Red, our new Vampire the Masquerade chronicle here on Restless Barbarian Gaming. And I am here. First off, I'm Aloysius, your storyteller for this chronicle, and I would like to have all of my lovely players introduce themselves. We'll go from. We're all laid out the same, so we'll start with top left corner and work our way down to the bottom right corner.
Okay. Hey, everybody. My name's Tom, known as Bolthra here on the interwebs. Tonight I am playing Ephraim, aka DJ Blackout. He's an interesting character who I'm really looking forward to trying out. Do you want us to go into any other background, or just name rank, serial, and move on?
We can just stick with the rank, name, serial number for the moment until we get into game proper.
Sir, yes, sir. Okay.
All right. So I guess I'm next. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm playing Delilah Cole, who is in Nosferatu. I've never played one before, so we'll see how this goes. She's probably, they're strong, so if you need a brawler, this can happen maybe, but she might ask for something first. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Nanad.
I'm Nanad, and I'll be playing Whisper, a Toreador thief. Yeah, that's all there is to say.
All right. And Tiara.
Hello, I'm Tiara. I will be playing Elaine Mallory, a member of Clan Ministry.
All right. And this is the night where Prince Rosalind Wolf is debuting as the episode title is making the grand debut for the Camarilla in the city of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And so she has sent out an invitation to a good number of the kindred in the city that simply says, McKay Tower, second floor, dressed to impress. And that will have everyone convene at the Elysium for the evening. But before we get into that, we're going to get into what each of our kindred are getting into just on seemingly any other night of their unlives. And so, first off, I think we'll start with Ephraim.
Okay. He would be spending most of his evenings at the Diablo Club. He is the head DJ or main DJ, the headliner. He performs as DJ Blackout. A little bit about him. He is a young man appears about in his 20s. He comes from a long line of hardworking people. His parents are immigrants to America from Ethiopia. His mother's a software engineer, and his father is a college professor. Despite all of that, Ephraim turned out to be pretty lazy and gained none of their work ethics. He spent most of his nights in clubs. Pretty much slept all day anyway until his parents threw him out. So the transition to being a vampire was pretty easy for him, actually. So he goes on usually about 11, just because he feels like getting it over with for the night. He enjoys DJing, but it's work, and he kind of detests work. So he is probably on till about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So when he got the summons, his first thought was, well, I'm probably busy. And it doesn't say what time, so I guess I can just show up when I want. So, so pretty much when he finishes his set, he has his stage tech, a young guy named Jose, um, start packing everything up for him. And really, I guess it said dress to impress, and to him, he always dresses to impress. He probably has on probably what time of year is it, by the way?
It's late November 2023.
Okay,
So it's getting chilly.
Okay, so he'd probably wear like a leather jacket, some jeans, some Jordans, and to him that's dressing to impress. So he'll once he's done, he just assumes Jose has it because that's what he pays him for, and. I don't know if I said if he has like a motorcycle, but yeah, he probably would ride a motorcycle, looking like that idiot who's riding their motorcycle in November. But again, doesn't care as long as he looks cool. So.
Yeah. And all right, and sort of after your set, Jose will tentatively pull you aside. He will, of course, start packing up your stuff because that's what you asked of him. But he will tentatively pull you aside and say, "Oh, I was told after your set that the boss wanted to talk with you in the office for a few."
Can you handle it?
I mean, they specifically asked for you, so.
All right. And make sure that's tight. The last time those cables were kind of coming loose, and you know.
Right. Sorry. I'll like double knot it this time.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. And he'll turn and walk through the crowd. Generally, smiling at people from behind his sunglasses. But
yeah, you definitely have a few people sort of like swooning over you, like your hardcore fangirls sort of swooning over you as you're walking through the crowd. You see like one or two of those haters here and there who are just like, fuck this guy. But they still turned up for the music. So what does that say about them?
If you don't have haters, you're not successful. Okay. So he'll just make his way to the office, like a closed door or like.
Yep, it's a closed door, sort of off behind the stage.
Glancing at his watch, like.
Yeah, and you hear a come in.
Push it up and kind of stick his head in. Yeah.
Come in.
Okay. Yeah. He comes all the way in, takes off his sunglasses. Is there a
chair? Close the door.
Is there a chair to flop down into?
Yes, there's a chair to flop down into.
Okay. What's up?
And Gremory, your Mala.
Okay.
Turns around in their chair. Gremory is a very youthful, androgynous-looking individual with sort of like long, shoulder-length hair that's dyed yellow that sort of like transitions into like an orange.
Okay.
And they have some very like basic makeup on. They're not going for anything overly flamboyant this evening. But they sort of like look you up and down and just say, "Are you really going dressed like that?
What's wrong with this?
Is that really dressing to impress?
You see all those people out there? They were happy with me.
I'm sorry, but these people are going to be a bit more difficult to please than your posse."
All right, I got a suit back at my house. I'll put that on. Is that better?
That should suffice. You had a good set.
Always. Couple issues here and there. Got Jose to look at it, but otherwise it's all good.
Well, good to know that your ego isn't so large that you can't admit when you have little faults here and there.
I don't know if they were really my fault. They were really more things that Jose fucked up. But it's all good, right?
Go change, and I'll meet you at the little soiree.
Sounds good. Pushes himself out of the chair and kind of just strolls out. He's a little pissed now that he has to make a side trip back home, and then he's like, fuck it, I'll be late. So, and he'll leave to go home. Has a couple. He actually has a couple suits. He kind of wears occasionally. He'll pick out a kind of a black pinstripe suit. Resists the urge to have a cane and a hat with it. He thinks about it. He's like, nah, I'll play nice tonight. So, and goes more conservative. So,
All right. And so, do you do any last minute stops before you make your way to McKay Tower?
question: do we start with 1 hunger?
Yes, everyone starts with 1 hunger.
Okay, all right. So no, he's probably okay.
Speaking of which, thank you for reminding me, Tom. Everyone should be making rouse checks.
Okay.
But we can do that when we get to each character.
That's good. Okay. You want me to roll mine now?
Yes, please.
All righty. And I am successful.
All right. You keep your hunger in check. All right. And with that, you make your way to McKay Tower, and we move our way to Evane. What is your evening looking like?
What time is it? Is it like the very beginning of the night, or is it a little bit later?
It's a wibbly wobbly bit of area.
Okay.
Yep.
I will say that she is probably just now finishing, like, with her stream, and so she looks at the clock and she's like, oh no, I have that thing. I was supposed to go to that thing. So she's scrambling like around her small 1-bedroom apartment. Is all she can afford. Just like small 1-bedroom apartment. She's like throwing stuff, like trying to get things together, taking off this bright pastel colored wig, brushing out her hair. It's still kind of like messy. But she tries to tame it as much as she can, just throws on like a long black dress. Hopefully this is dressy enough. She doesn't really want to draw any attention to herself. So she just kind of puts on like a long sleeve maxi dress, and then I guess probably heads out.
All right.
Also, what is the rouse check?
What is the rouse check? Just roll a d10.
I got a 5.
All right, so that is a fail. So you gain 1 hunger.
Oh, awesome! Love a girl failure. Right.
All right, and would anybody else be around at this point in time, or are you by yourself?
Evane?
Yes.
No, I don't think anyone else is around at this point in time because she's leaving from her, like, little basement of, like, 1-bedroom apartment or whatever. But I think that, like, she had a plan probably to go to this event, like, with her sire, and she's definitely, like, she's got, like, 5 minutes to get there. I don't think she's gonna make it. So she's haul-assing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like normal, not supernaturally haul-assing.
Yes. Yes. And sort of like as you're like literally about to head out the door, you sort of get a ping on your phone. There's a text message from your sire that just says, "I'm waiting."
She just starts typing, and I think it does like the dots. And it does that for like 30 seconds on his end. It stops. And then she says, "Okay, be right there." And yeah, she's sprinting.
And she hustles out the door.
Yes, she's probably gonna actually look like a mess once she gets there.
All right.
Maybe it's raining. Who knows?
Maybe you could feel a slight drizzle when you were rushing out the door.
Good, very good.
All right. Next up, we will move on to Delilah.
Okay. So Delilah is aware that she needs to be at this place, and she was in a library when she got like a text message like, okay, I'll go do that. So she'll go back to she probably lives like in a basement as well, because that's just a good thing to do when you're Nosferatu and you kind of look funny. So she goes through her closet and finds like
Speaking of which, what does Delilah look like?
oh, Delilah has she's losing her hair. She was a former junkie, so she may be a little weird at times. She's got a line of rot across her head a little bit. She's hoping no one else will notice very much. You know? And she could just put a mask on if she needs to. But yeah, so she's kind of tall, strong, and she's going through like whatever's in her closet that seems like it would be a good thing to wear to something this fancy, but not something to outshine anybody else. So she's like looking for this like long green dress with like flowers on it.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is anyone around, or do you live by yourself?
She lives by herself, but her sire is probably nearby somewhere.
Just skulking.
I'm probably Nosferatu, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're also very new, so it's prudent that he keeps his eyes on you.
Right. It helps. Yeah.
Every once in a while, you just sort of see, as you're getting ready, you just see rats here and there scurrying about.
Right, yeah. No, I don't think I'm hungry yet, according to the character sheet, so that might be for later.
Would you like to make a rouse check for me?
Sure. I just hit roll, is that it? Or is it dice roll, like physical dice?
Whichever you'd prefer. You can use Foundry or you can use physical die.
Which is
All
right
right,
under rouse. Click that roll.
Okay. Clicking it. 1 dice. I don't know if it did anything.
0 successes.
Okay, you gain 1 hunger.
Okay. So there's 2 dots there now.
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed. You're feeling a bit hungry, but not so much so that you're ravenous or anything, but you're feeling it a bit more now.
All right. I'll get by. I'm going to pick up one of the rats and grab a towel and train it. I'm done
Eat
now.
over the sink. Yes.
Yeah, as you pick up the rat, it just starts sort of like squirming around, but there's no escaping your grip. As you just drain this rat dry.
Yes.
And it takes it, 1 is good, but next thing you know, you're drinking another 2 or 3, and then you feel
to be aware. Yeah.
you feel that hunger get slaked back down
Okay.
to 1.
All right. We'll remove the 1 then. I don't know how to move that. All right. I don't know. Character sheets are weird. So yeah. So she's going to, try to make her hair look presentable. As I said, she's losing her hair because this is something that happened when she died, so it's just kind of the way it is. And this little line of rot, it probably will get bigger as it goes, and she's hoping to do something about that. She's not entirely sure where her sire is right now, so she's gonna text him, figure out where he's at.
Right. You text him and asking where he is, and he responds, "Where do you think?"
Probably at the event. I'm typing this out.
And he says, "No, look
Oh.
around."
Okay, I look around my little basement. Do I see him?
You sort of like take a look around. Make me a wits awareness check.
Wits and awareness in that order?
You're going to do awareness and wits.
Okay, other way around. All right, so let me find it on the sheet.
Because Foundry is funny like that.
Exactly.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So awareness and wits, yes?
Yep.
Okay. 2 dice.
One success.
Okay.
One success.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of like look around and you don't see anything, but sort of like as you're looking around, you hear like a slight movement from behind you, and as you go to turn around, you see your sire, Luke, staring you dead in the face.
Oh, I didn't know you were in here.
I need to keep an eye on my potential assets, especially when they are so fresh.
It's understandable.
Are you ready to go?
I think so. Do you think this is appropriate attire?
He sort of like looks you up and down.
Mm.
I think it will suffice.
Okay.
Regardless, people don't expect much from us sewer
Right.
rats
Yes.
as far as looks go.
I know. I know.
It does look good, though.
Thank
Let
you.
us be off.
Okay.
And he makes his way to the door.
I'll follow along behind him.
All right. And the two of you make your way off into the night towards McKay Tower. And last but not least, we will catch up with Whisper.
Let's do a Ralph check.
Yes, please.
And I failed, so I'm a bit
Oh.
peckish tonight.
Yeah, you got a bit hungrier.
While we open up on him, he is actually in a completely dark room. The only illumination is the headlight. He is at the moment at the first Michigan bank in the drilling into our safe deposit box. Very gently, carefully. He opens it, and inside there is, in plexiglass, there is what looks like a very old typescript of portraying Saint Augustine and Saint Bernadette doing rather unsaintly things that was originally found in Venice in the 12th century. And he kind of slowly takes it up, switches off the lamp, and walks out. And as he walks out, you can actually see him now. He's wearing a janitor's uniform, and he's of average height, average build, completely unremarkable. And one of those things and start rolling its head, and so against up the camera just to make sure it's still off. Then walks in the front past the guard, waves to him, and then walks out with garbage can taken out, and takes out an autograph and comes to his car and then drives off. On the way, he stops somewhere and takes off the janitor's uniform, revealing that he's actually wearing a semi-formal pants and a shirt. And out of the back seat, he puts on a jacket. I mean, the suit kind of at first glance looks very plain and simple, but someone looking closer would actually see it's actually a bespoke suit cut to exactly his height. It's a gift from his sire, like about 40 years ago. So it looks either retro or really badly out of date, depending on how you look at it.
Depending on who's critiquing your outfit at the time.
Exactly. Well, he kind of knows that his clan was never going to be happy with his outfit, so he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
And once he's kind of presentable, he gets back to his car and continues driving.
All
Michigan
right.
to the tower.
And all right. And all of you slowly convene on McKay Tower, gradually trickling in. You step into one of the elevators and take it up to the second floor. You walk out, and immediately you're greeted with a coat room and what appears to be sort of like several masked individuals, sort of like dressed in what appears to be servants' attire, offering to take any of your jackets, offering you refreshments, and sort of gesturing and leading you towards
Uh-oh.
oh, are we good?
Yeah, it
Yes.
froze up just a little bit.
Okay, you all didn't vanish on me, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
And you all get gestured into the ballroom, where several other people are already mingling, and it's you walk in and there's sort of a long table set up with sort of like a wedding style thing where
Mhm.
you pick up your name and it's assigned a certain table number.
Okay. All right.
Ephraim's gonna check where he's sitting.
Yep. Ephraim, you are seated at table number 7.
Number 7. Okay.
And
look-
you see that Gremory has already arrived,
Of course.
and they are sitting at table number 4.
Oh, is table number 4 closer to the wedding party than
It's
table number
closer.
7 would be?
It's closer to the front of the ballroom. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Everyone's just gonna probably quietly just walk past. If he sees anyone looking at him, he might give him a nod, but otherwise he's gonna just pick a chair where he feels like he can see the best, kind of all around him. So
All right. It's
It'll
a
probably
pretty even with tables placed here and there, it's still a pretty open space. So yeah, pretty much wherever you sit at the table, you have a pretty good view of the entire ballroom if you sort of rotate your body here and there.
and also so he can be seen. So
Yes, and also he can be seen.
okay. All right, he sits down and probably takes out his phone and just starts checking his messages.
All right. I'd say Whisper, you show up not too much longer after him, and
I see anybody I recognize because I kind
you
of
see
know
anyone that you that
Yeah.
you recognize. Is there anyone here that you would recognize?
people. Well, just randomly from living in this place for so long that we have not met before.
Make me. Ooh, this is a good one. Let's see. Make me a. Say intelligence awareness. Make it a weird
Goodness.
one.
Okay, that's actually not a bad pull for me. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put him down. Okay, so I get 3 successes.
3 successes. There are a few people who sort of like look semi-familiar. Like I've probably but I recognize their face.
Okay.
And though there is mainly, and maybe it's just the fresh heist on your mind with the religious iconography. But there's one man towards the front of the room where you're sort of like eyeing him over, and you're like, that kind of looks like the bishop from the diocese.
Good to know.
But you're
And
not 100% certain. But
what's in the drinks? Are they actually just normal drinks, or are they our drinks?
you sort of like give it a sniff, and there is a certain sanguine scent to it. Yes.
Okay, then I drink some and find my table.
All
Which table
right.
am I at?
You are at table number 7.
I go over there and go to
All right.
Ephraim, who I've never seen before.
Ephraim's gonna just kind of tilt his sunglasses down and look at him like, and just put them back up.
You do not appear inside.
Yeah, I know.
You walk over and you see a fairly handsome young man is sort of like just looking down at his phone like he can't be bothered with anything that's going on right now.
Yeah. Well, I just got to sit down.
All right. You go and sit down.
Yeah, just out of the way and kind of still also keep an eye on the room.
All right, sounds good.
I pull out like an Asian brick phone and check if there are any messages for me.
So next in Delilah and Evane, you both sort of convene at about the same time.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of imagining that, like, while it never, somehow, even though it never really stormed and it was only drizzling, like, she just looks like a miserable wet cow. If you don't look closely at Evane, you would swear that there's a storm cloud kind of following her.
Oh.
And she just looks a little bit miserable. And she's just like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. And, like, I think the other kindred are giving her weird looks. So she...
Yes.
I don't think she acts any different than how she acted as a human, honestly. She's just very like, oh, I'm sorry. Oops, excuse me. You know that Midwestern, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's fine. Okay, oops.
Yes. And yes, and so there are kindred who are definitely giving you looks. There are other kindred who could not be bothered less. But you're definitely getting some side eye from a few people. One of which being,
can I say she tripped? That she like just tripped.
We can say that. We can say she just tripped over her own 2 feet.
Like she's like, okay, what table do I go to? I'm supposed to go to, and I don't know where my sire is, and okay, and then like she's like, oh, all right, I think I have to go over there, and like trips like on one of those runners that they put on the floor in banquet halls.
Oh.
Yeah. Delilah, as you and Luke are sort of walking in, you just see this one girl just biff it, just eat shit right in front of you.
Oh my! I'm gonna try and help
she
her
lays
out.
there. She does not move because inside she's like, oh, I would like to die a second time, actually.
Obfuscate.
Yeah.
I just lay here. Everyone will ignore me.
Oh gosh. So is she like right in front of Delilah? Like just.
Yeah. She like falls at like about like maybe like 10 feet away from you, but it was very it was a sight.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over and try to help her up, just to be nice. See if this tall.
Or do you just kind of like lift
coming
her
over? Yeah. Yeah, like here, let me help you up.
As you like kind of lift her, she's not really fighting you, but she's also not super helping you help her
Okay.
up. But like as soon as you see her face, you're just like she's got when Kindred cry, it's like blood is there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that
If they're,
she's got
if they're
like
not
a red
blush, it's
stain on
blood.
her
Yeah.
face because she's definitely crying and she's like, "Oh, go home."
Which table are you at? You don't know. Okay.
No, she'll hand you the thing that says like I don't know. Was there like a thing we got that said our table number, or is it just written
I think it
somewhere?
was.
Yeah, it's on the table with the other names, and it's a tag that says Evane Mallory, table 7.
I think she just kind of hides her face with one hand and then points with the other, like,
Over
like,
here?
like over there in that general direction.
Okay. Then I look at my card. Where is it? Is it the same table?
Yep, yours says Delilah Cole, table 7.
Okay. All right. Well, come with me. Let's go.
No, leave me here to die.
No, I'm not going to do that for you. You've already done it. You don't need to do it again. Let's go.
Okay, I think she just kind of gets limply dragged along to the table.
Just barely
Okay.
helping.
Uh-huh.
All right, Ephraim and Whisper, both of you see this Nosferatu in a sort of like simple green dress,
Little flowers on it.
yeah, with a nice floral design,
Mhm.
dragging just this mess of a woman across the floor. Bloody tears are streaming down her face, and the both of them are headed right for your table.
I nod and I offer Elaine a tissue.
Ephraim's gonna wonder if Evane's Malkavian. He's just kind of looking at her like, yeah, he's just thinking like,
Neurotic.
yeah, she might be one of us.
Just like that might track actually.
Yeah.
Good.
That's so fair.
And then he'll kind of glance at Delilah and be like,
Mhm.
"Ugh."
Yeah.
He's like,
Dang.
and then just kind of look back at his phone. So.
Mhm.
Okay. I think that like as they approach the table, Vane kind of just quietly slides like liquid into a seat and is just staring. Like she's staring so intensely at the table and not anyone else around the table. She mutters like a thank you to Delilah, but she's like staring down at the table. And it's like, it's almost a little bit scary. And she's just kind of muttering under her breath, like, of course I would fall. Like, of course I would fall in front of everybody. And my sire probably saw me fall. And now he's not going to talk to me. And this is a lot. And I don't like coming to these events. And I hate doing these. And I have to. Why did I come? Why did I leave the house? Why did I do that? I know better than doing that. Like, she's just muttering to herself.
Yeah, I'm hearing something, but I'm not sure exactly what you're saying because you're going so fast. So,
And sort of like as you're sort of like muttering this to yourself, you sort of like briefly like glance around the room as you start thinking about Frey, your sire, and you see him sort of just walk in. This sort of like tall, dark-skinned man with this long, curly, dark hair that's starting to gray in areas, and he walks over to table 3, sort of like looks over in your general direction.
Oh, you froze. That makes it worse.
Damn it. I would say he's
Nice dramatic pauses, though. I gotta admit.
Right.
yeah.
He looking over in your general direction, he sort of like pauses, gives like a brief once over with his eyes, and then without giving anything away, he turns and sits down.
Emotional damage. She sinks like 3 inches lower into her seat. She's not saying anything else. Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
She's catatonic for at least 2 minutes.
Oh.
All right. Well, with that, the rest of the Elysium gathering sort of like filter in and take their places at various tables, and you notice there are a few people here and there that seemingly are not placed at a table, and at the front of the ballroom, there is a small table with 3 people sat at it. In the center, there is a pale young woman, long red hair that's sort of like swooped over to one side, and she stands up and she's wearing this just immaculate red dress that has what appears to be like various gemstones just like stitched into the fabric that sort of like glistens off of the light as she stands up. And flanking her is what appears to be a sort of like pale-skinned man, dark features, dark slicked back hair, and sort of like a goatee, and and on her other side is a well-dressed, dark-skinned man with cornrows and a clean-shaven face, and she stands up, and the two of them stand up alongside with her, and she holds up her glass and sort of clinks it to sort of like get the murmuring to settle down. Not that that's a worry with your table, but she says, "Greetings, my fellow kindred. My name is Rosalind Wolfe. I've conversed with many of you over the past several years, but I've gotten to meet very few of you. So it's a pleasure to be able to officially gather in a place like this. And before we get too much into our plans moving forward, I want to say that first and foremost, that this is our grand debut. This is a night of celebration. This should be a night of mingling and getting to know your fellow kindred who you may or may not have talked to over these past several years. Perhaps you're very new to this city. Now would be a good time to make acquaintances. I have divvied you all up into tables, and the people at these tables will serve as your coterie members going forward."
He tilts his sunglasses down, kind of looks at all of them, puts it back up. Just kind of leans back in his chair.
I think it was either frozen or having a really.
Don't mind me, I'm doing a little dance. It's fine. These will be your coterie members for any tasks that the Ivory Tower deems of import, and they will be divvied out depending on your age, station, and other qualifications. The largest issue at hand, aside from the Anarchs, who some of which are proving more amenable than others, The largest issue is the thin blood epidemic. They've been rather abundant, but covert up until the past several months. Now they're getting sloppy, and that is dangerous for all of us. It's going to need to be dealt with. And I am currently setting a plan into action with our sheriff. And she gestures to the man to her left, who's the sort of like pale man with the dark hair, and my seneschal, and gestures to the man to her right with the cornrows. And when things are more laid out in concrete, you will be all notified of what you need to do. In the meantime, and she sort of like snaps her fingers, and you see like various masked servants sort of like begin walking around to tables, and you have one step step right next to your table, and they are holding a sort of like box that says 7 on it, and they open it up, and
Uh-oh.
Can I use premonition to see what he was going to say?
Okay, I think I'll just take over as GM. So in the boxes.
Oh no.
We love the internet.
I love being me.
I sensed you were going to say that. So.
Yeah. And you sort of like see them reach into the box and start handing each of you pagers.
Oh.
All
All right.
Seriously?
And
you can just text me.
And the servant doesn't say anything, and sort of just like,
Vane's just like, they still make these?
yeah, like, and like as like tries to convey it to you through like the eyes, like I'm just doing my job, man, and and sort of just like gives you a polite bow and then walks away. These are for getting in touch with your coterie mates about any business that pertains to the Ivory Tower. I would be a fool to say that I could prevent any or all of you from using cell phones. We are living in the 21st century, but should you be using cell phones for any kindred related business, or say or do anything that could put any of us in danger, you will be swiftly dealt with. So any kindred business is to stay strictly on these pagers. Between your coterie members and for anyone else who has access to the pager's information.
All right. He shrugs, puts it in his coat pocket.
With that, I will let the rest of you enjoy the gathering. Tonight is a night of celebration. Tomorrow is when we begin our work. You have free reign of the building, with the exception of the top 3 floors, though the rooftop access is free to use should you wish to use it. And with that, the sort of the people sat towards the front of the ballroom, sort of like start just like standing up and like separating from their tables, whereas like where you guys are sat and like a little bit behind you, where you assume many of the younger or more inexperienced kindred are placed. They're sort of just like looking around like, do we get up? Like, what do we do now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if going to be a coterie, I think we should introduce ourselves. I'm Whisper.
Nice to meet you. I'm Delilah.
Nice to meet you. Reach across the room and shake your hand.
I think. Do we have napkins at the table?
Yes, you have napkins at the table.
I think that Elaine is like trying to wipe the blood off her face.
Yes, they're white napkins, so it's very apparent.
Oh.
It's just like, I can wash this. I don't want to make more work for people, but
Bleach exists for a reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
My name's Ephraim.
Nice to meet you as well.
You're a young friend.
And he just kind of like he was thinking about something. He's like, I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm asking our young friend who's once she finished cleaning her face what her name is. Or
Oh.
anyway.
He grabs his phone and just starts.
My name is Elaine Mallory. Hi. She was gonna say it's nice to meet you, but she's trying not to have a panic attack right now, so it's not really nice. You know, it is.
Right. Okay.
And I think she's just kind of like, so is this like a permanent situation? I'm not really good on teams. Not in a I'm better than anyone way. You probably don't want me on your team, is all I'm saying.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you have some abilities that maybe
Ephraim's going to snap his
She
fingers.
says no immediately. No.
Can we possibly make a trade?
What?
Can we possibly make a trade?
I don't think it works.
Good
that
idea.
way.
I'm sure we can get somebody better than him.
Possibly. But I don't know that we control that.
No, I get the impression the prince is a bit busy. Oh, look, what is the prince doing?
What's the prince doing? It appears that she has stood up and she is sort of like conversing with the sheriff and the seneschal, and the sheriff sort of like gives her a nod, and he ends up walking off and talking with two other individuals while she and the seneschal continue to speak.
So basically, my continued existence depends on all of you now.
Right. Like a team.
That's the impression I get, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. You don't have to.
She doesn't elaborate. She just says that.
Oh my. You seem
Um,
very nervous. There's nothing to worry of.
Yeah, just relax.
Look, I think we're too uninteresting for them to do much with us. So.
Could be that, yes.
Should we do an icebreaker? Maybe favorite colors?
That's a good
Sure.
idea. Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so who do you want me to start or someone else to start, or how do you want to do this?
Go
You can
first,
start.
Alan.
Oh, okay. So as you can see, this is a green dress. Green's my favorite color, and it's got little flowers on it. They're little, but I just feel happy when I wear this.
It's a nice color. Very
I
nice
thought
color.
so.
Very
I thought-
calming,
Mm-hmm.
grounding.
Yes, it is.
I like
You're right.
purples. I like purples. They don't make me feel a certain way, but I find that they are good at hiding stains. And I don't know. It's like it's something colorful other than black. So
It is the call of royalty.
sure.
Purple has
Sure.
been in the past
It's
history. I
awkward.
think there were kings that could wear purple, and maybe not anyone else, but I'm not sure.
I kind of feel like I shouldn't wear it anymore. Oh.
Oh no, this would be from a long, long time ago.
Yeah, I think that has become a lot cheaper since then. I'd say my favorite color is blue.
Oh,
I don't know why, just like it.
it's a good color.
So nice. I like to imagine that they all slowly turn and look at it.
Yeah, look at.
He's just
All
gonna
slowly
sigh.
just fan their heads.
He's just gonna sigh and take off his sunglasses and put them on the table. I like black.
Sure, classic. Quick question. What kind of expression does Ephraim have on his face right now?
Really, just I don't want to say resting bitch face, more like just really just couldn't be bothered with these people. So,
Mhm.
GM, can I make a roll to insight because I think that Evan's like, does this person hate me? If there's not active interest, it's this person must hate me.
We love that social anxiety. We love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can I like roll something to see if I could get what his vibe is? If he's just like, I'm bored and don't want to be here, or if he's like, I really hate this chick and I wish she would stop talking and I don't want to tell her my favorite color.
Sure. Give me a wits insight.
All right, let's see.
And Ephraim, are you trying to conceal how you're feeling, or
absolutely
are you
not.
just... Okay.
So if my pull is 5, do I roll 5d10?
Yes.
Okay. And what counts as a success? Is it 6 in a
6 or higher, and if you roll 2 10s, that's a critical success.
I rolled 110, an 8, and a 6.
Okay, so 3 successes. I'd say, especially since he's not hiding it, then you can like fully interpret how he's feeling. Ephraim, how exactly are you feeling? Do you hate her for no reason?
Has nothing against her. This is just boring to him, and the fact that now his continued existence rests on a he thinks a Malk, a I don't know, Oscar the Grouch or something like that came out of the garbage can or something, and then this other guy he's not sure about yet, but yeah, nothing against them. He's just doesn't want to be here.
Just
So,
entirely disinterested.
exactly. Yeah.
We should exchange our pager numbers.
Oh, that's a smart idea. Yeah. Okay. Here.
I think that after she kind of like gleans that from just to lean into this whole socially awkward thing.
Mhm.
After gleaning that, I think that she just immediately blurts out, forgetting that he didn't say this is how he felt. This is just what she's getting from him. She goes, "It's okay. I don't want to be here either."
All right.
And just blurts that out at the table.
He's like,
Okay, yeah.
cool. Then,
All right, so
he's
pager
like, we
number.
agree on that.
Let's
So
do
Agree on
that.
that.
Send it over.
yeah, he'll take out his pager number and go. So what do? I guess we all plug our numbers into our cell phones, and that's how we call
so
his
pagers can actually call numbers.
or do we
Pager
have to
can do
like
that on
find a
its own.
payphone or
It's
something
cheaper.
like that and do that?
No.
I mean,
It's not how these work at all.
because they said we got to be careful with it. So just,
Right. That's why you're not using your phone. You're using this pager to talk to your
okay. But
coach.
how do I call the pager? Can I call it from my phone, or do I have to go to a pay phone, lady?
I don't think you need to go to a payphone. I think the pager does it intrinsically.
Okay.
We just put our numbers in, and you'll see them, and then you can call whoever.
I wasn't born when these things stopped being used. So
Well, I wasn't either, but I read a lot.
How old do they look?
um,
I was around when they were.
How old do the pagers look?
No, I mean, how old do the three of them look?
People?
Oh, do the three of them look? Okay.
Ephraim looks like early 20s. So
Okay.
Evain
Yeah.
looks late 20s.
Yeah. I think Delilah is like 25 when she was started. So
Yeah, little hard to tell in her case though, because she has that line of rot going across
yes,
her forehead.
little bitty line of rot. It's just a little stripe right
Somewhere
now.
between 20 and 300, roughly.
Yeah.
all right. So we'll say they exchange numbers. Everybody's got everybody's
Number.
pager number. He'll look back over to Delilah and go, "What was your name again?"
My name, Delilah. I've said it a few
Okay.
times.
I don't know. There must have been something in your mouth or something. I couldn't understand what you were saying. So
I think you just weren't listening. Is the thing.
probably.
I don't know why I'm
So,
raising my hand.
What did you want to say, Evain? What did you want to say?
GM, is it possible that I could say that Evain just has like a little bag with her with like a notebook and like a pen? Because I want to write something down. Is that okay?
I'd say that's wholly fine.
So then while that is going on, she's scribbling down how to use the pager. And she's just copying it 3 times. And she's going to give it to them.
right.
Because she knows how to use a pager.
Yeah, she's like, I've been around. I know how to
Yes.
do this.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's how it goes.
He puts it in his pocket.
Thank you.
Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I have a 3 in technology. I
awkward.
probably know how to use a pager.
Yeah, probably same here, but still.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I would say Delilah probably intrinsically knows how to use a pager.
Yes.
Like it would not take her long to figure it out, probably. But notes
if you forget,
from someone
notes
who
are-
actually knows never hurts.
Yeah, well, the more information you have, the better off you are. So
Exactly.
Is there? I'm just keeping drinking the blood. Is there enough to actually recover, or is it just too little?
Oh,
It's more just for taste than to actually
Oh.
sate you.
are there like... No, that feels like a bad question to ask. I was gonna
No,
say,
go
are
ahead.
there people around too for slaking hunger or no?
You sort of like notice that there do appear to be vessels that are sort of like out and about, but they are under watch, and it appears that you need to ask permission in order to use them.
Would I ask permission? Do I know that, or do I have to go find out?
I'd say you could like see like if someone once in a while sort of like going up to someone and seemingly like discussing with them, and then they're given permission to take one of the vessels off somewhere private.
Does that person you're supposed to ask look intimidating?
No, she looks pretty chill.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her.
all right.
All right, so get up, walk over, and you see sort of like like the woman appears. She has like sort of like olive colored skin, and sort of like these amber eyes, and like this nice short shiny hair, and she's sort of like dressed in a pantsuit, and she says, "Hi, what can I do for you? I don't think I've seen you around."
Yeah, so this is my first time coming to one of these. Elaine, it's nice to meet you. Oh, you froze again. Okay. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
he's glaring at me.
No.
Yeah.
Internet is
Yep.
yeah.
You feel so
Awful.
bad.
Awful. Can you please repeat that?
Yeah, so Elaine's just like, yes, this is my first time at an event like this, and it's nice to meet you. I'm Elaine. I was wondering if I could with have a drink. And she just kind of trails off, and like she starts with looking at this woman, and then her eyes just kind of slowly drift off somewhere else. Like she looks visibly uncomfortable.
Hello, Evane. I'm River. Nice to meet you. Do you have a preference as to what you're looking for?
Does she mean like blood type?
Huh? That is up for your interpretation.
Or is she like, do you want a smoker or not smoker?
Oh my.
Yeah, that is up to that's up to Evane's. Anything spicy?
Yeah.
I do think we have a few cholerics here and there.
If
Give me a
that's
moment.
okay, what do I have to do? How does this process work? Do I have to pay something?
No,
Or-
they're you are free to use them, provided that you do not drain them dry, and treat them well. We like to keep them intact as best we can. Would you prefer someone male presenting or female presenting?
It doesn't matter to me.
All right, I'll go fetch someone.
She'll be nervous either way.
A few moments goes by, and she brings back what appears to be a young man with sort of like it appears to like he's wearing a blazer, but he doesn't have a shirt on, so his chest is just like fully exposed, and he's wearing like one of those like really like cheap like BDSM masks.
Oh my.
Okay. Sure. And
And
does she just go somewhere with this person
Yeah,
now?
but he doesn't say anything to you. He just
Is she supposed to like
walks
grab
over
him
to
and
you.
lead him off? Can he see? He can't see, right?
Huh? It looks like they're like slits, but so he can like see through it.
Okay. Sure. She'll find a place that is away from judging eyes, essentially.
Okay.
If she can.
All right. That is entirely feasible. You have an entire building at your discretion, more or less.
How much can she slake one hunger without harming this dude?
It goes frozen.
There goes the internet again.
But yeah, you can normally. Like 100 bit could just like donating blood. That's how I was to do it.
Yeah. So finding a little hidey hole to be able to sate yourself is not difficult at all.
All right, and then she would just like to partake in this meal and slake one hunger,
All right.
if possible.
Yep. That's it.
Do I
Totally
need
fine.
to do another? Do I have to roll something?
Nope, you don't have to roll
Okay.
anything for this because this is a more or less willing vessel. So you can just slake the hunger, and he seems to enjoy the experience.
Okay, I think afterwards she doesn't really know what to do, so she like reaches into her bag, and I think she just like pulls out a pepper or something and gives him the peppermint.
Yeah. He sort of like takes it as he's sort of like starts like slumping against the wall and sort of just like and just like sliding down. And he's like, I need to sit down for a minute.
Is she supposed to stay here until he's done being tired? Does she call someone? This was not explained. Now she's worried.
No.
That is entirely up to her.
And she's gonna crouch down. She's gonna be like, "Do you need me to call someone?
No,
Need me
no,
to
someone will
take you
find,
back?"
someone will find me. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Have fun. And she's gonna leave. It's just gonna go. She's gonna go.
Oh, okay. Well, while all that's going on, what are the rest of you doing?
Delilah's going to drink the drink in front of her. It's not her normal thing. She knows it's human blood, but she's going to be polite and drink part of it. You know, just a little.
Just to keep up appearances.
Of course.
Well, once I've seen that the Vane didn't get herself into any more trouble, I think. Well, it's been great meeting everyone, and I'm going to head off this. Not really miss. Kind of assume that we're at the stage where it's not to. I've kind of just staying long enough not to be rude when I leave.
Ah, I see. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Ephraim's kind of checking his watch, kind of like, so are we good here? Like we're gonna, I don't know, we have a meeting or something we gotta like arrange or something.
Well, I mean, that could happen depending on circumstances, but
Yeah, I'm sure that
tonight probably not.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm done for tonight, and I work most nights, so, you know,
Where do you
pager me or however you say it.
Well, that could work. Yes.
Whatever they said back in the '90s, and I guess we'll talk, right?
Okay. Sure.
Peace. What's up?
peace out.
All right, so Ephraim pieces out.
He's out. Yeah.
If also heads out.
Yeah, if he sees Yvain, he may just kind of just wave to her, but otherwise,
She's like, oh, okay, bye.
Yeah.
He's like already out the door.
Yeah.
All right, so Ephraim pieces off. Whisper pieces off.
I see everyone left.
I'm still here.
Everyone else. I mean, everyone else. Yes, you're still here. I mean,
Yes.
everyone else left. And they seemed like they didn't really want to be here, which is understandable. We don't know each other. I mean,
Well,
it's a little strange.
It's okay. Some people aren't as polite as others, but we'll get used to each other.
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh my.
I like your optimism.
Yeah.
That's a nice change.
Yeah, it's we'll see how things go. I mean, things can change, but most of us Nosferatus just kind of want to stay in the darkness. You know?
I kind of wish that I was in Masquerade.
Oh,
I think I would fit me a little bit better.
well, I don't know how to fix that for you. I was turned. I don't know. Yeah. Is your sire here? No?
Yeah. Yeah, she like nervously laughs and she's like, yes, no, yes, yo, yes.
Okay.
He's but she's gonna kind of like glance.
Mhm.
I'm assuming he's having no problems mingling. With
No, he is.
people.
He's like the belle of the ball right now.
Oh,
He's working his way from like one group of people to another group of people. He like left and he came
Just
back.
networking.
He's networking. That's nice. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you know, yeah, he's here.
Okay. I just want to make sure you weren't by yourself, you know.
Well, I was thinking about going home, actually.
Well, that's
I
fine.
don't want to bug him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Is your sire here?
Yes, he's where the heck did he go? He's probably sitting here like this. So I find
He's like
him.
sitting at the table with us, like I've been here the whole time.
Well, he does this sometimes. Yes, this is my sire.
Oh no, our GM froze.
Yeah, my internet is really sucking ass right now, so that's
Delilah,
awesome.
every now and then you just go, look, I
Yeah.
didn't know you were there. And
Just
one of the time
breathe.
you'll catch us your sire.
Yeah.
All right.
Or just go, I can see you. See how long, see when you catch him.
Yeah, is Delilah Sire like nearby?
Probably. He sneaks up on her sometimes. So
Yeah.
I mean,
You see that he is not doing his sort of like hide and seek thing. But you see, well, unlike your sire, Evane, he is not doing the whole networking thing. He is very specifically hanging out with the other Nosferatu right now.
I should probably walk over there.
Of course. Have fun.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you when
Right.
things happen, if they happen. Maybe.
That's
All right, goodbye.
Yes. All right. Bye. I'm gonna walk over to where my sire is.
Okay.
You know,
Um.
Nosferatu.
Okay. You walk over there. We'll get back to
Hopefully
Evane in a
she's coming off
second.
as awkward as I feel she is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But Delilah's being so nice to her. It's like, we need you to calm. You know?
All right. So Delilah, you walk over to your sire and some of the other Nosferatu, and Luke sort of like sees you approaching and say, Delilah, good of you to join us. I would like you to acquaint yourself with Lincoln. He is the Nosferatu primogen in the city.
Oh, very nice to meet you.
And this is sort of like he's sort of like Lincoln's sort of like rocking this sort of like Phantom of the Opera like half mask thing
Okay.
going on right now. And the exposed half sort of like looks like sort of like wrinkled and a little deformed, but for the most part looks normal enough. And he says, a pleasure to meet you.
It's
Luke
nice.
says that you shall promise.
I hope so. That's the plan, I guess.
Is the evening treating you well?
It's been interesting, to be honest. I have a coterie now that I'll get used to. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, getting grouped up with a bunch of kindred that you don't know can certainly prove challenging at the beginning, but
Yes.
I'm sure that you and your new coterie members will rise to face that challenge.
I believe we can. It'll just take time. Oh no.
Yeah, we love the
Yeah.
elevator music.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it'll just take time until we get used to each other and that sort of thing.
Agreed. Do you have any other plans for the evening?
Me? Not really. I think most of my coterie has left, and I know my sire is here. So there we are.
We were discussing doing a collective a collective hacking attempt to gather some intel, and I hear that you are also quite technologically inclined.
Yes. Have been for a long time.
Is that something you would be interested in joining us?
Of course.
All right. Well, we will wrap up our business here, and then we can depart.
All right.
And cutting back to Evane real quick, if she is available.
If she's available, there we are.
Yes, sorry. I'm
All
distracting
right.
the cat.
All good. Relatable. As you see Delilah walk away,
Mm-hmm.
you sort of just sit at the table for a moment by yourself, and you notice out of the corner of your eye, you see a well-dressed gentleman, appears to be early to mid 40s, shaved head and a brown beard that's sort of like graying. And he sort of walks up to you and says, I see all your friends left you.
Quick aside, I feel like, is this who I think it is? Is this somebody that I know? Oh, did you freeze again?
Frozen again. Yeah.
Repeat your question.
I was saying, is this someone that I, Tiara, know?
No, I
Okay.
I can understand why you might think that, but no, I promise.
Okay. All right. I think that Evane, like, kind of jumps a little bit. I feel like she heard this person approach, and she still jumps. She's like, "Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me." And then he addressed her, and she's just like, "I'm sorry. Yes. Hi. Can I help you?"
It's frozen again. This is
So difficult being on the moon.
There is a delay from the moon. So
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to get this sorted out. Anyway, what were you saying? I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It happens. She kind of jumps, so she's just like, "Oh, yes. What? Yes. Oh, yes. They're gone. They have things to do. I'm also about to leave. Can I help you? Do I know you?"
No, you just seemed an awkward, interesting sort.
Uh, she doesn't. I don't. She doesn't really know. I think she just kind of nods, kind of like that's fair. Um, Usually because people don't often call her awkward to her face, like they say it about her and she hears it. They don't just say it straight to her, so she's just like, fair, okay, interesting, not so sure. Your name is?
Oh, well, my apologies. That's so impolite of me. Merrick Kroll, emissary to the Baron of Ward 3. I would shake your hand, but it seems that you wish I would not do that.
What is a role to? Can I do an acting? Can I? All right, so we're. Can we get into the weeds here a little bit? Ivane would like to try and um, compose herself, pull herself together, because I don't know if she should know who that is or if she does at all, but it sounds important.
Okay.
And she doesn't want to embarrass her sire any more than she already has. So.
All right. Then make me a.
She's totally acting. She's just gonna try to pretend to be confident.
Okay, so you're just going to pretend like you know who this person is?
No, I don't think she's trying to make him believe that she knows who he is. More so that she's trying to shrug off the appearance of being so visibly nervous and uncomfortable.
Okay,
Since
so
it seems like
you're just trying to trying to like outwardly like keep it together.
Yes, she's gonna try and assume the mantle of being a competent person. She's like, okay, just act like your sire. Your sire would know what to do. He would
Okay.
handle this with grace and flowery words.
Okay.
I don't know.
Then I will say, make me a composure, and either etiquette or subterfuge.
Subterfuge, 'cause she is for sure not comfortable. So that'd be 62 then. She got 2 successes.
All right. You might like, were you alive? You might have a twitch here or there, but you feel like you're keeping it together well enough.
Very nice to meet you. So we haven't. This is our first time meeting face to face, and she puts her hand out. She's like, "Vane Valerie,
And
this is my first time at one of these events."
and he takes your hand, and he doesn't offer like a firm grip. He like gently takes it, because even though you're keeping up appearances, he can tell that you're not the most comfortable with this at the moment.
Oh yeah, her hand is also totally limp in there.
And he sort of like gives like, you know, a nice attempt at a handshake with what he's being given right now. Well, admittedly, it's my first time at, well, not my first time, but my first time under these circumstances at one of these events. I was picked a bit last second.
So would she know what a baron would be? I'm just assuming that this is somebody who is in control of a specific territory.
Yeah, she's old enough that she would know what a baron is.
Okay. And he said he was the baron of the third ward?
Yeah, specifically, who you're talking to is the emissary of the baron.
Oh, sorry,
of Ward
emissary.
3. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he's just here on behalf of the baron.
Okay, so would she potentially know who the baron he serves is? Or no?
You can make me a intelligence politics roll to see if you know that.
Absolutely zero politics.
Oh.
If you have a 0 in something, does that induce a penalty to your?
No, it just you just roll your attributes, whatever you have in there.
Don't get me wrong. I got 1 success.
All right. You're like, I think his last name is Walker, but I don't know his first name.
She'll just say, Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Just like,
You were familiar?
I have heard of him, yes. I have never had the pleasure of meeting him, but I have heard of him. This is not a lie. Apparently, she has heard at least his last name.
Yeah. And he's sort of been standing this whole time, but now he'll sort of like take a seat at the table.
That's her worst nightmare. Inviting himself to stay longer.
Yes, well, hopefully you will be able to meet him some night down the line. You do, from what I've been told, have something in common.
We do?
Yes, if what I've been told is correctly, you are both of the, shall we say, serpentine persuasion.
Oh, Lord. And so is the Baron apparently ministry? Question mark?
That does seem to be
Okay,
what he
what
was
is-
implying.
Okay. Oh, she should definitely know this person then. Yikes. That's embarrassing. That's fine. It's like, yes. Though he far more prestigious than I. But other than us sharing a common thread there, are we alike in any other ways from your knowledge?
I don't know you personally enough to be able to determine that.
That is very fair. Well, it has been wonderful getting to know you, Mr. Do you say his last name was Kroll?
Kroll. Krol.
Okay. Mr. Kroll. And she'll hold her hand out now and she'll give him a firm shake because you really wants to leave.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want to be the only person in a conversation with this person I don't know. So she's like, that's fantastic. It was wonderful meeting you. You have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Yes. He gives you a polite smile, very much understanding the not so subtle message. And
She's trying to slowly get out of her chair. She's like,
yeah.
I have to leave.
Yeah, and he just reciprocates the handshake, gives sort of like a polite smile and nod, and sort of stands up, says, "To you as well." And
should she share her pager number with this person? He introduced himself.
well, he was just
Delilah shaking her head.
Yep,
No, you're not here to act as a voice of reason. She's just like, oh.
Well,
if you ever need to,
yeah.
she's gonna write the pager number down.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you exchange pager information.
Sure, why not? No one is here to stop her.
Right.
And he just says, "It'll be a pleasure to talk again in the near future," and he saunters off.
Right. She is going to look once more to her sire to see if it has looked over in her direction at all, so she could be like, I'm leaving. If not, she's gonna go and she'll just text him later.
You see that he's too busy being a social butterfly at the moment.
Awesome. She's gone. She's the witch. She's gone.
Okay. So she bails. All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, Ephraim and Whisper, do either of you do anything on your way back to your havens, or is there anything that you want to do before we wrap up?
About what time is it?
By the time this is all said and done, I'd say close to 2.
Go ahead, Whisper.
I'm just going to go and get some to drink.
Something fresher.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then would you make a hunting roll for me
Okay. I'm assuming
to find your people of preference?
I'll basically just break into a house, which I kind of see there's only preferably a single person living there, and just feed from them while they sleep. So now, what's the roll for that?
Let's see. For Sandman, it is Dex plus Stealth.
Okay, and I specialize in break-in, so do I get an extra die for that?
Yes, you'll get an extra die for that.
And finally, I'm using my Silence of Death, obfuscate power.
Okay.
I don't know if that adds anything, but
It does not. It does not, but it does make it harder for people to detect you.
so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right. You sort of like wander around for a bit before you end up sort of like finding what you deem to be an appropriate apartment, and you ever so silently unlock the door, sneak on in, and luckily enough, it does seem to be that there's only one person living here, and currently they're passed out on the couch.
Okay, well, that's perfect. I just take 1 luck point.
Okay. They sort of like slightly react to your bite in their sleep before just like settling into it. And much like Evane, you are the wind and you are gone before they are any the wiser.
I'll walk up behind me and then I'll go and head back to
All
apartment,
right.
pack away the findings, and yeah.
All right. Sounds good. It's like you were never there.
Exactly.
All right. And Ephraim, anything from you before we head on out?
He is going to drive by the home of his ex-girlfriend, Jasmine.
Okay.
And just thinking she probably lives in a home, just maybe he's just looking to see if there's any lights on. It's 2 something in the morning. But he's just going to drive by and just kind of idle outside for a couple minutes, just looking up. And
yeah,
then,
there's not like any like heavy lights on, but it looks like there's sort of like the light from a TV on, like downstairs.
All right. He's just gonna wait about a minute or so, and then we feel satisfied with whatever he was thinking about. He's gonna leave and head home to his. His also has a sub-basement apartment somewhere in a reasonable neighborhood somewhere in Grand Rapids, and probably
Some nebulous place.
exactly.
Sure.
Since I've never been there, I don't know. I'm just let the storyteller pick the neighborhood.
We can work it out.
Yeah, but and then he'll just get back. Probably look at the internet to see if anybody's praising him, see if he has any messages, and then if not, he'll get ready to prepare for the to lay down for the day. So
yeah. Yep, and you lay down to get ready for your day sleep after checking your phone and knowing that yes, there are people who still love you. And that's where we'll wrap that up.
awesome.
Thank you for that, and for also dealing with my internet troubles.
Well,
No
you
problem.
can't help that.
We all take turns. So.
Yes.
What do you expect? You're on the moon.
That is true. I am there often.
Awesome. All right.
All right. Well, I'm not usually the person to say this, but anybody have anything to shout out?
I know someone who does, but I
Yeah.
have something as well. But I'll let her go first. So.
Yeah, okay. So I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which is a lot of Diablo games and whatever the company's doing. They usually come out on Saturdays, but I've been busy. And so another one will come out next Saturday. You can find them all at shatteredsoulstone.com.
I'll go next. I don't know. Here on the channel next week, next Wednesday, we have another episode of The Trash Mob, our Dungeon World series. And then Thursday, another episode of Postmortem, our Vampire the Masquerade game set in the Dark Ages. And then not to steal his thunder, but on Friday night back here again with River City Runs Red. So lots going on here at the channel.
All right. Nanad, Tiara, either of you got anything you want to shout out?
Nope, sorry.
All right. Hey, that's fine. That's how I normally am. So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone, again for tuning in, and to my players for indulging me. And I hope everyone has a great night. And
Yeah.
we'll see you all again next week.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.